Good morning, manna gatherers! And what a springy morning it feels like here in Irmo, South Carolina. We are, of course, continuing this week with Luke 16:10. So hear these words in the CEB version of the Bible, that is the Common English Bible translation. Whoever is faithful with little is also faithful with much. And the one who is dishonest with little is also dishonest with much. So I found my little book. It is a little square little book titled God is in the Small Stuff. This is a special book to me because it was given to me by the good people of Shandon United Methodist in downtown Columbia, where I was an intern as a seminary student for 2 summers. And the youth director at the time, Leslie Wood, she's now over all of Christian education at Shandon Methodist. She was then and still remains for me this day a mentor, someone I truly admire and I look up to, and I still call to this day when I need to ask a question. I can't say enough good, nice, wonderful, respectful things about her, Leslie Wood. She touched and continued to touch my life. She gave me this little book that's filled with a lot of little bite-sized pieces of wisdom, including this little poem by Everett Hale, that Leslie wrote in the little front cover. So I'm going to read it to you. I am only one, but still I am one. I cannot do everything, but I can do something. And because I cannot do everything, I will not refuse to do the something that I can do. Faithful in the small things. That's our motto this week. We all have small ways in which we can all be faithful. I don't know about you, but sometimes the life, the world, all that is going on can be a bit overwhelming. Overwhelming to me, for example, of what all needs to get done in my everyday life and all the things that I want to do, I hope to accomplish in my life. Feels like a little bit of pressure, sometimes overwhelming pressure to me. And sometimes I get caught in the spiral of being so overwhelmed that I have to remind myself to wake up, to keep moving, to take at least little baby steps. Do what you can and don't beat yourself up for what you can't, I have to remind myself. I tend to be an all or nothing thinker, and that isn't always, well, rarely is it very healthy. For example, this is just a minor little example in my life, but for some days that I plan out my week in running, for example, and on a day that I have planned to run 8 miles, but my body, I know, and mentally I'm not really there. I don't really feel up to doing 8 miles. I just won't go because if I can't do the full 8, then why even start? I have had to really work on that mentality of all or nothing, telling myself that half of that distance that I have scheduled, half of the 8 miles, a 4-mile run, is better than no running at all. Okay, this is a minor example, but I think you get what I am trying to make a point of. Sometimes I think we can be all or nothing thinkers like this when serving God. If I can't solve the problem of hunger, of homelessness, of hopelessness, of hatred in our world, then why even bother? Why even try? What difference is one little me going to make? This makes me think of a quote, however. To the world, you may be just one person, but to one person, you may be the whole world. Be faithful in the little things, those little things that you can do. Let that be our focus instead of all the should'ves, would'ves, and could'ves that you just can't get to right now. I will see you tomorrow on Thursday as we continue to look at Luke 16:10. I want to close one more time with that wonderful poem by Everett Hale. I am only one, but still I am one. I cannot do everything, but I can do something. And because I cannot do everything, I will not refuse to do the something that I can do. Now, hear this, me speaking it to you with the second person pronoun. You are only one, but still, you are one. You cannot do everything, but you can do something. And because you cannot do everything, do not refuse to do the something that you can do. Have a good day, Manna Gatherers.